Hey everybody, my name is Douglas.
And I'm Esperanza.
We started the adventure of a lifetime about a year and a half ago when we decided to sell everything we own. I quit my job and we moved down to Baja.
Yep.
We found this beautiful town
Loreto, Mexico, on the Baja Peninsula.
and we decided that this is where we wanted to be. We were going to retire, buy a house, and live the retired Mexico life. But we soon decided that that wasn't going to work out. So we developed a plan, and that was
To buy land and build Airbnb villas.
so we're going to build a resort in Mexico. We're Douglas and Esperanza, and we decided to leave our lives in the U.S., sell almost everything we own, and move to Baja California Sur, where we decided to start a resort in the magical town of Loreto, Mexico. Please come with us to follow our journey and live before you die. We spent a lot of time, we had a lot of deals fall through, and about a year ago, we put in an offer on this property right in back of us. And we started construction right away, and now we're going to show you a year later what progress we've made, and we're going to tell you what the future holds.
We fell in love with Loreto, Mexico as soon as we stepped foot here. And we just want to share it with you guys.
We wanted everyone to be able to experience this Pueblo Mágico that Jacques Cousteau called the aquarium of the world. We know that you're going to fall in love with it too. So let's check out exactly what's gone on in the last year here at Pufferfish Villas in Loreto, Baja California Sur, Mexico. Okay, so one of the first changes you're going to see is the front of the property. So we've repainted the wall and redid the trim. You also might notice that the main
Did you say
entrance.
y'all? Are you moving? Are you from the south now?
We are in the south, the way south.
Well, okay.
Way south.
I'm thinking the southern United States.
Right,
like,
y'all?
Y'all. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
Y'all. First thing you might notice here is the front entrance. It's got a sign in front of it. That's from our builder. And it's blocked off with rocks. Well, that is not the main entrance anymore. In fact, it's not an entrance at all anymore. We don't use it. You couldn't go through it because it's got a big berm and a bunch of stuff on the other side. So that's closed off. That will eventually be kind of a garden area with maybe our sign in it for our Pufferfish Villas.
Yes.
We haven't really figured it out 100%. This is a new entrance down here at the end. We have a automatic driveway gate and even have a keypad to so that when you come up and you are here, you can just use a keypad to open the gate. When we first got this property, it was covered with brush all the way back to the back of the property, and there was no big trees on it. There was no structures on it except for a retaining wall right back here about a third of the way through the property. The main gate was right there, which now has been closed off, and we now have our new gate. So basically we took this all down to bare dirt, took out the retaining wall, moved it back about 50 feet to give us a bigger lower section of the property. Everything you see down here is new. I made several videos when I was scraping up rocks and piling rocks over there in the corner. Originally, our plan was to get this thing totally cleared and then put in 4 villas to start and the laundry building and the pool and to then leave a spot for some other villas possibly later on. But if you've been watching, you know that we ran low on money. We didn't have enough to do our initial plan, which was 4 villas, mainly because costs came in way higher than we expected. We were really going off, several year-old costs affected by COVID and supply chain problems. So that has all been changed now. So when we had to pivot and go to a plan for just 2 villas here, we decided that we didn't want to rinky-dink it. I mean, we maybe could have done 1 more villa and then cut all the corners on everything else. But then we would have ended up with 3 villas and all the grounds would have been, rinky-dink. We probably wouldn't have been able to afford the pool. We wouldn't have been able to afford any of this. So we decided, with the money we had, since we're doing this all in cash, no debt, this is all out of our pocket, every single penny here. So we decided what we were going to do is we were going to do 2 villas, complete the entire front section of the property to its final configuration with all the amenities that will be here when the rest of the villas are built, so that the people who stay in these first 2 villas get to enjoy everything that we have to offer here, and they don't get a reduced experience because we didn't have enough money to do what we really wanted to do. And so by cutting back to 2 villas, that allowed us to put in things like our huge pool cabana here that will have a huge bench all the way around and all the amenities. There's outlets at every table. There's tables all along here to put your drinks or whatever. It's in the shade. It's awesome. We've got touches like these Mexican logwood posts, and they're just incredible. The pool, we went with a huge, what I would call spa pool. This is a 20-foot round, 5-foot deep. It's got lots of areas for sitting. It's got a bench all the way around. It's just kind of a chillax hangout pool. We've got landscaping everywhere. All of these big trees were all put in by us. Even though we got a lot of them for free, transporting them here was really expensive. Even the free trees cost $500 a tree to transport here and install. The trees that weren't free cost even more than that. So, but we wanted to have this great experience. Some of the trees a couple of the trees are still in shock because they're newly transplanted, but those will recover by the time we open. Then we thought we need some mini cabanas for all of our guests. Since we're gonna have 4 villas to start, we had room for 4 mini cabanas. And each of these will have 2 lawn chairs, an umbrella, and a table. They've got a power outlet right there behind the table, so you can charge your phone and you'll be connected. They've got a little privacy screen, and then we've got plantings already started in between all these mini cabanas, and we're hoping to add more. We're just waiting because it's so hot now that you really can't plant anything at this point. You can plant palms, and you're kind of taking a risk. Anything else, if you plant it in this heat, you're having a huge risk that it's going to die because it just shocks the plant so much. So we're going to have to wait until this fall to fill in most of the rest of the planting. But don't worry, we're saving money. We have money allocated to landscaping and to filling all this with really awesome plantings. Over here, I've got something that's kind of a little treat to me. This is a lipstick palm, and you really can't grow them here. They're really not for this type of environment. They do good in places like Hawaii. They're really more of a tropical plant, but I'm going to see if I can grow one here. and give it some special care. If it works, it'd be this beautiful, in their bright red trunk palm tree against this wall. It's going to be great. Now we move to the villa. So we've got Villa 1, Villa 2. Right now Villa 1 is behind Villa 2, but it's getting close. We'll walk over here to Villa 2. You can see we've got more trees that we put in. Here on the way to Villa 2, we've got our palapa, which will be all redone. All the palm fronds are going to be redone on this. And this is actually over our water tank. We have a cistern down here with 1,250 gallons because water does go off here from time to time. And so this way there'll be no interruption. You'll never run out of water here on the property. This is kind of what we call the hub palapa, because this is kind of the hub, and in the future it will be even more of a hub. So this is where the parking lot is here. You're going to come in from the parking lot. There'll be a concrete walkway in here to the hub, and then the hub has walkway to Villa 2. It has a walkway going down, concrete walkway to the pool and to Villa 1. In the future, there'll be a walkway off this side of the hub, which will go over and connect to all the villas that we build over here. So this is kind of the first thing you're going to see when you walk in here, and it's kind of the hub meeting place for the villas. You can see in back of me here, Villa 2 is all closed up. We've got the windows, the doors on, the lights in. Well, we have the tiled patio here in front. So what we're still waiting for is there is a palapa. It's going to be a wood stick shade palapa or patio cover. I'm not sure what you call it, but it's going to be over the entire patio, the entire thing. And we're actually going to have 2 Mexican logwood posts here that will hold it up. So that'll add even some more awesome character here. And that'll give you some shade in the afternoon and help shade the windows, the villa in the afternoon, so it doesn't get too much sun. Now we added these privacy walls. Every villa, and when we build more villas, they'll have their own privacy walls on one side. So this gives you privacy from the villa next to you. We tried to think of everything. We've got 2 power outlets out here on each front of each villa. They need to be painted. These windows turned out really, really good. So we wanted a traditional window. And if you go around Loreto, you go around the main square, you go around the old part of town where there's buildings that are 200, 300 years old and more, because this town's been here for 325 years since the Europeans, the Spanish, got here. And so this style of windows, an arched window with panes, is very popular in the very old construction. It's a very traditional style, and we wanted to pay homage to that. Now, it really wasn't practical to do the actual window, because if you do this style of window in the old style, basically it's split up the middle and it's 2 big panes that open up to open the window. And the problem with that is, one, you end up with this big pane sticking out into your patio, taking a bunch of room up on your patio all along here. Number 2 is there's no good way to put screens in this type of window, because the problem is you'd have to have a little thing in the screen so you could open that up to open up the windows and then close that up. And there are mosquitoes here, there are bugs here. We think the guests are going to want screens during certain parts of the year. If you don't want the screen, you can let us know and we can just pop them right out and store them, and you won't have any screens. So we went with as close as we could get to this look in a modern window. So this is aluminum framed vinyl. I think this is like a kind of like the wrap, the vinyl heat wrap that they put on here, but it has a wood grain. It just looks incredible. And then all the windows have a screen, and they're side sliding windows, so they're like your standard window you see in the US. Slide open to the side, the screen slide open to the side, they lock. So they're very practical. They're a very practical window that looks like it's 300 years old or 200 years old. And then we had to get a door made to match, and this door was somewhat expensive. We had a local craftsman who is an incredible carpenter make this door, and he made this arch door. It's I believe almost 9 feet tall. So he made this arch door and the frame all from local wood, a local hardwood that's very similar to mahogany, and it is just incredible. So I'm standing in the parking lot. We've got secured parking. You're gonna have a code for the gate. You come in, the gate closes, and we've got a huge parking area here, enough for at least 6 vehicles. Easy in, easy out, don't have to back out. So it's a easy, good sized parking area. We're gonna gravel it all so it's not dusty. And this is our laundry and mechanical building. And it will have all of our 2 washers, 2 dryers, dishwasher, and sink here, so that the people cleaning the villas and turning the villas over can do all the laundry, do the dishes for the villas all quickly here. It'll have lots of storage, a folding table, and this will be the back room where there will be all the mechanical stuff. We're going to put in a toilet so that the staff and me has a place to use the bathroom when they're here on site. We have a spot for a water pump and a pressure tank here, power here, and then all the pool equipment will go on this side. And then we'll probably put it in racks and have storage above that. And this building will have windows on both sides to get airflow through. It's gonna have a big sliding barn door on this end, so easy access. So once we complete this, our entire site from this point to the front is finished to its final configuration. It's all going to be luxury. It's all going to be luxury landscaped, everything. And we're going to put a temporary fence across from the corner of the villa there to the corner of the laundry, so that this is private and you don't have to look at construction yard. Which some of this stuff will be here, some of the stuff won't, but we'll have a fence up here so you don't have to look at this. Now this section could be 2 more villas on this side, 2 more villas on this side. It could be 2-story villas, it could be 2-bedroom villas. We don't know yet. We haven't decided, but we've got quite a bit of room. If we want to do 4 more of the same villas, we've got enough room to do that. Or if we want to do something else, we can do that. And so this will be in the future, but it's all set up. We built a ramp in here, and the idea is to try to have this set so that we can do construction here with a minimal impact to our guests that are staying in the villas. And this won't be for several years in the future. All right, so that is the story of the lower section, the villa, Pufferfish Villa section of the property. The next section of the property is the section where we're going to live permanently. And so we put in this ramp to get up here to the upper section. There actually used to be a retaining wall that was way down here approximately, and we removed all this dirt and pushed this retaining wall back to here, which there is no retaining wall right now, but there may be in the future, but the villas will probably act as the retaining wall. That's why we haven't put one in. And then there was a sloped little driveway on the other side. We moved it to this side because the main gate and driveway is straight down there. Now this upper section of the property has a lot of space. for our house. Our trailer is right here now, and then our garage shop. Now eventually this was all designed so that when we build our house, it will connect right up to the shop, and we'll have a U-shaped house sitting right here with a pool in the middle and everything. That'll be the kind of the back section of the house, and then the entry will be on this side with the driveway. I've already got the whole house designed and drawn up in CAD, and it will fit here. We've measured many times during construction to make sure that we've got enough room. It still gives us a huge driveway area, a huge area for the shop to do whatever I need to do. We're not gonna build a huge house. We're gonna build maybe a 1,500 to 1,700 square foot house, but that's a lot more area than 240 square feet to be in when you're stuck inside. The property is kind of split into 3 sections. So the property is about 100 feet wide by about 450 feet long. We split the property into about 3 sections. The first section for Pufferfish Villas is about 100 feet by 200 feet deep. The next section for our house is about 100 feet by 150 feet deep to the back of the garage. Then we have an entire another lot or another section of our property that's approximately 100 feet by 100 feet wide. So it's still a pretty darn big size lot here. That's going to be about 30 meters by 30 meters, which a lot of times the lots here are 10 by 30 meters. So, or even I've seen 10 by 20 meter lots. So a 30 by 30 meter lot is a big, big lot. So that's kind of where we are at Pufferfish Villas. The goal is start renting the villas, get enough money to build 2 more villas. And they would be the 2 more villas down this side here. And then we would pause and wait till we had enough money to build our house. And our house would go right here. And we're gonna have a house and a pool up here, totally separate from the villas. And then after that, we'd have to decide either we build more villas down here or we do something with this back lot. We've been thinking about a lot of stuff. We might do something with this back lot sooner. We don't know, but it's all ready to go in any case. So we're really excited about the future. We're excited about the progress we've made, and we love it here. This is our home now. This is really where we love to be. We've got our pasture beside us where Sugar and Leo are, our horse and donkey friends, and we just couldn't be happier. This is everything we thought it would be and more, and this has been the best move we've ever made. I am healthier, both physically and mentally, than I've ever been in my entire life. I was so stressed out working a corporate job, and from doing the corporate job, sitting at a desk all day, every day as an engineer, I got way out of shape, overweight, everything. I've lost lots of weight since I've been down here, like 20-25 pounds. I feel healthier than I've ever been at 51 years old, almost 52. And Esperanza has also been a lot healthier and having a lot of advantages. So it's been a great move for us coming down here to Baja, Mexico, Loreto, and Baja, California Sur. And we would honestly recommend it to anyone who is looking for this kind of life. It is an awesome life, and we're so excited. So with that, we're gonna get back to work. But before we do, remember to live before you die.